What's up, Jason Tails fans? Welcome back to another Tuesday episode. We got episode 63 here for you today. Got a special guest in Nick Rousse coming on here a bit later. I'm going to do some like a pack on recap and some recap of the H1 race out in San Diego and whatever tangents Bob wants to go on once he gets on. So, why don't we get this going?
Yeah, Bob probably fell asleep putting them kids to bed again.
Oh,
It
yeah,
seems
he's
to be
got
his
three to put down.
Tuesday
There ain't
night
no way
thing.
he's getting through all three, man.
Yeah, I
No
was
shot.
wrestling mine. I'm like, you guys gotta go to bed. I know your mom's not here. And then she just got home and they're all bouncing around. Woo, it's mommy. I'm like, come on, man. I tried. I did my best. Gave it my best effort. Now I'm out. So yeah, I mean Nick's in the waiting room. So we want to just pop on with Nick a little bit, or
Yeah,
you want to talk
let's
about
do
like
it.
pack on first?
We can do Lake Pack on after. I won't make him wait.
All right, how's y'all's French? Because I did tell him we were going to speak
Good.
French.
I know one word, and it ain't live
Merci.
friendly. At least I don't think it is. I still don't know what it means, but
All right, so let's bring on Nick Rousse.
what's up, man?
Hey, how are you?
Doing good.
Good, you?
Hey, good, thanks.
All right, man. Well, first off, we're excited to have you back. Your team and yourself has been a pillar of HRL for a long time. You went dirt racing. Now you're back to boat racing. I guess first things first. Why are you coming back to boat racing?
Oh, it's simple. I'm born in the hydroplane race with my dad since in the 80 and 90, and now it's hard for me to talk about the dirt racing because I just sold all my equipment in 2023, and I try to race dirt. It's fine, so it's very different. So I like boat racing, and I'm back next year for that.
That's awesome. And so you chose to go back to 350 instead of you got that taste of Grand Prix a while ago. What made you choose 350 to come back to first?
First of all, the GP is very big class, and you need good sponsor and good mechanic, and it's very expensive. So for me, 350 is very competitive, and I want to win Valleyfield. It's my goal, and that's why I come back in the A350. So
That
I
that's
know it's
smart
a big
because
class. Everybody, it's possible to win. So I just do my best this year.
that's smart because there's none of us in 350, so you got a shot to win.
Yeah, you know.
Now, is this boat? I've lost track of boats up there. Is this the boat you used to drive?
I'm sorry.
Is this the same boat you used to drive that you
No,
drove?
no, no. It's not the
Okay.
same boat. My old boat is McLaren,
Okay.
and now I buy the Eric Mecano boat. So it's a Bergeron, but he changed the sponsor in 2021. So it's a little bit different, but I start to zero. It's a new setup, a new engine, new propeller. I sold all my stuff, but I just rebuy.
There you go.
Gotcha.
Do you plan on doing any testing before the end of the year or start next year?
I think I start next year because I don't have an engine, propeller. I just have the boat and trailer. So I think it's very tight to test before the winter. So maybe April I'm ready to test, and I need to test very testing to ready with the class is very competitive, and I need to testing a lot.
Definitely. Now
Well,
you
you'll get
talk
the
about
chance.
the.
They do a lot
Go
of
ahead,
testing
Kyle.
up there.
Now
Sorry.
you talk about the competition level. Do you feel from when you stepped away in 2023 to now, do you feel like the competition is heavier? It's going to be harder to win than it was back then?
Of course, because I check every weekend the race. Everybody is very fast, and I think the guy and the setup change, and everybody is very fast. So I know I need to work hard, but it's possible to finish the top three. I think so.
There you go. Yeah. Now are you coming back with the same crew that you used to have with when you were around a couple years ago?
Yeah, same crew, sponsor, follow me since 25 years now. So I have a good sponsor, a good crew, and it's me after the driver. And I think it's everything is good for the next season.
That's awesome. Well, you were a part of Joe Pro Racing back in the day when we had that going on. So I think you got a good footing there as a driver too. So we're excited to see you compete this year.
Long
Guys, you
time
got any?
ago, huh?
Yeah, that was a while ago. That was back in our rowdier days before we all had kids. Well, not
Not
these
the
two, but
same. Where when you go to the race now with two kids is it's beautiful. So that's why I come back to boat racing, because dirt racing is it's cool, but for your kid, the race is after it's every night. So we come back very later. It's good.
yep,
And boat racing go to all the weekend and camping and with the friend, and
yep,
it's good for
yeah,
the family.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, we all obviously grew up through it, and now we want our kids to grow up through it. So that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, very.
What's up, buddy? I just got on, so
Hello,
welcome
buddy.
back. Congratulations. It's definitely exciting news to hear you come
Thank
back.
you.
You were definitely missed. We missed you not being around, so you being back is definitely good. I don't know. I know you've been watching, but 350 class, man, it is strong. It is strong, but I have
Yes.
a feeling you're gonna pick right back up where you left off, and you're gonna go and start kicking some ass. So
Careful, Bob. Let's not curse him before he starts.
Yeah, we do curse people
Yeah,
if we pick
so-
them to win. They usually have problems, so we won't pick you to win next year.
Can't
we
be
might
too
just be
positive.
done with our picks.
It's not easy, yeah. You know, if you jump the gun,
Yep.
you pass on right on the constellation. So that's why I see in Bournemouth and Valleyfield. So
Yep.
line is very small. So you
Yeah,
need to go on the water, just straight on the gun, and that's it. That's all for the final, because
Yep.
everybody is have a
Yeah.
chance to win.
But
350 F2.
sure.
So
But yeah, it's all close. So I think when you ended last time, you were using Paul Hewitt motors. Obviously, saw the speed improvement in your boat and stuff like that. Who is your motor builder going forward? If you want to share, I know Quebec doesn't really have too many out there to choose from.
For the moment, it's simple. I'm from Valleyfield, so I talked with. It's a good question. So I talked with Primo last week, and Primo say it's okay. I go with you, and he built the engine for me for next year, and so it's a good help for me too, because it's the same city. So he built a good engine, and I ride with Primo and
okay,
a couple of years ago too. So
awesome.
I'm very happy to come back with him.
There you go. Yeah, he's got his hands in almost the whole class. So it's kind of like we talk about with the Hondas in the 2.5 class. You know you got similar equipment to everybody else. So then it comes down to boat setup and driving. So that makes it easier than chasing horsepower.
Exactly.
So you've been out of a hydroplane for a
No.
couple of years, so it's gonna be like requalifying for you. Be like are we gonna do we get to
I'm
get to
sorry.
put an X
Can
on
you
the
repeat the
boat like
question?
you're a rookie?
Oh, I'm nervous for sure. It's 2 years ago. I never drive
Yeah.
again boats since 2 years, but I think I'm fine with that.
You'll do good. You'll do
Uh,
good.
since 2023, it's a big
Yeah.
roller coaster for me in my head.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
past, and now it's the future. But I'm ready, and have fun with the boat racing family and
Yeah, just
go
when we
racing.
thought 350 couldn't get more
That's it.
competitive, they here comes Nick Rousse back in the action, getting back in a boat. So it's definitely going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, I'm very excited too.
Yeah, right.
There's a long winter coming.
But yeah. Yeah. You got to get to work. Don't just put a pretty paint job. I know you've always had nice paint jobs. Let's make some speed in that boat before you put paint in that.
Color for next year. I just check with the sponsor, but for now it's the setup. It's my goal, and after paint job.
There you go. That's the
Very
right way to
nice.
think about
Yes.
it. Kyle, you got anything to question? Anything? You know, we don't prepare for this podcast. We just wing it if you haven't watched before. But so go ahead, Kyle. You got anything?
Yeah, I mean, you said that one of the things that drew you back to boat racing was like the family aspect. It's good for your family. What do you think? What would you say is the thing you miss the most the last 2 years about boat racing, other than kind of the more family aspect? Is it the actual driving the boat, or other things about the environment that you're in at a boat race?
I think drive the boats for sure, but everything. I think it's everything. The friend. I don't go to the Valleyfield last year. It's my first time since 2 years this year, and Bournois, and I say it's friend, family, and yeah, for sure drive. But I think it's everything. The show and the fans. That's uh, that's the point.
Yeah, it's a hard. I mean, we talk about it all the time, but the boat racing's more than just the sport itself. Everything that goes with it, the environment, the atmosphere. It's something that I think you are not the first person to try to get away from it and get sucked back in. Not even
Mhm.
close. It seems to be a common trend when people try to leave, they find their way back.
It's not easy to come back. I have a big question in my head. I come back and is a good idea, not, but I think it's the good one. I think it's for ah, c'est quoi le mot? Sorry, my
It's
English.
fine. We'll
It's all
figure it
good.
out.
Every night with the friend, barbecue, fire, just relax with after all the days and just talk racing with my friend. It's that is everything.
That's it. The spicy jokes. I get
Yes, for sure.
it.
It's not good for the test after,
Yeah,
but
that's the good thing about having kids now. You're not out too
So
late.
yeah. One drink and go to
so
sleep
Nick's
after.
back.
Yeah.
Now we need Mark Threat to come back.
They'd
Might
have to
have
get
his
rid
kids
of, rid of
soon.
breathalyzers. They'd have no choice.
Sound weird? Oh, okay.
No, that's all good, I think.
Good.
So Nick, you
Other
also
question I
got
have,
to go ahead. Go ahead, Kyle.
not take it too much away from the boat racing, but how was your experience with the cars? We don't boat racing. There's not a ton of people that have also raced cars. You're kind of in a rare group there. I know Brandon's gotten to, and he's shared some of it. But what was your experience like with that relative to your time in boat racing?
It's completely it's not it's different because boat racing it's 5 lap. It's a sprint. Car racing it's 25 laps, 30 laps, 40 laps. So you have a time to, if you start exam 20, you have a time to go at front. So boat racing, if you lost the gun, the race is done. So it's completely different. But dirt car is it's a lot of people on the track. It's 30%. So you don't have radio, you don't have mirrors. So you are alone in the car. So you go out front, you don't have room. It's just it's very tough. It's very
Gotcha.
tough. It's
Yeah.
a lot of time on the seat, a lot of the time of in the garage for the setup. It's very hard, but it's very cool. So to drive it, but boat racing is boat racing. It's not the same.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah. It's
The
exciting.
feeling is very
Yeah, it's exciting to be able to try a different avenue of a sport, and get different seat time for sure. Um, Pedaling it back in the boat racing before you got out, you were able to drive the GP50. Tell us about that. Obviously, going from 350 to the GP, you did pretty well. You got a podium at the end of the year.
Mhm.
Just talk to us about that GP experience.
It's my best weekend ever. Bournois 2023 when I see Ken talk to me in the morning and you want to drive my boat today? Okay, why? And it's just amazing. The power, it's crazy. It's crazy. When you come back in the 350 after, it's just what the fuck? It's everything. It's slow. Everything
Yep.
it's slow. But the GP is just a dream for every driver. I think so. It's the biggest class and the power. You have everything. But when you push the pedal, something wrong maybe sometime in the back. So it's
Yeah.
a lot of dollars, but the feeling is very nice.
Yeah, definitely irreplaceable. Look, I can't even speak English.
Do you speak French
No.
tonight? No.
You
No.
guys always mess me up
You
and told
think
me to say
we've
the
been
wrong
going to
things back
Valleyfield
in the
our whole
day.
lives and we can't even speak French. Uh,
Oh,
I
You
learned
never
some
tried?
words over the
no.
years, but
Well,
I think I forgot more than I learned. So
I think my favorite French person saying though is Ghislaine. He says, "My English not very good, but I French very well." You guys got anything else?
Yep. No,
Told
we're
Nick this would be
excited
a
to have
quick
you
one.
back, bud. You're surely missed by pretty much everyone in the pits. Everyone around the race has missed you. So for you to come back, it's pretty exciting. Just adds another level of competition to the 350 class. Um, you know, all these drivers this year in 350, they knew it was strong, and then hearing you come back, they're like, oh, here's another one that's going to be fast. So it's pretty cool. So good luck to you, and I can't wait to see you back out in the water.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks for your time. It's very appreciated, and
I ditto that.
see you soon. Maybe at the convention.
Yeah.
Yep,
Hopefully
for
we'll see you
sure.
there, man.
Yep. We'll see you there. We appreciate you coming on Chasing Tails, and we're definitely excited to see you out there in the 350 class this year.
See you, bud.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Have a good one.
Take care, man.
All
Bye.
right, should we get to this unlimited stuff?
Which stuff?
I don't know,
Flips,
man.
spills,
I don't know.
locker boats.
Like, let me just.
What about?
let me
Did you
just
watch
sip
the
on
stream?
my,
How about that pleasure boat?
banana milkshake for a minute. Take a while.
Banana milkshake.
Definitely
Take
seems
a
like he's
while
putting the
before we
kids
finally
on.
get to something. Kind of like unlimited racing. Limited racing. Let's start at like 8 or 9 a.m. for testing. And let's push this thing all the way to 5 o'clock, and we only run like 2 times a day. Like, come on, H1. You got to take your show and condense it down to 3 hours. You don't have enough classes. You don't have enough boats. You don't have enough heats to string it out. Put it this way. NASCAR, not NASCAR.
Definitely a 2-day format.
Football, they want to running their clock all the time because they want to shorten their show because they know that fans lose interest over a certain amount of time. F1 is down to an hour and a half, and they're already looking to trying to shrink their show because they know it's too long. And they're doing races that there's consistent stuff going on. Then you have H1. You have more downtime at an H1 event than you do racing, which is a problem.
But did they have the downtime at the actual event or just on the live stream? Because I think there was a lot of flat bottoms. I know one thing for sure: there was jet skis running every time I looked at that TV.
Dude, they had him going
right
during
off
the
of turn
races.
one. I'm like, how did insurance approve that? Like, they're just racing in their own little bay right off of turn one.
If people are truly showing up just for the Unlimiteds, you got to condense your show down to like at least just a 3-hour period. These Unlimiteds, I know I've never been on a team. Go ahead. Someone call me out on it. So they don't need 2 hours in between heats. Give them an hour and a half. Put them back out in the water.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay. So they say it takes an hour and some minutes to change a gearbox. I've talked to some people. That's bull crap. It's takes shorter. And if not, then some people need to say,
some of us
okay,
don't even have
maybe the
one.
Bud way is not the right way, and there's different ways to actually do things to speed this process up. But the H1 needs to change the unlimited show. I mean, if you're only going to have 5 boats, you got to condense your show, make it a little bit more like this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It feels like the format of the show is like for a long time and continues to be preserved for the chance that we get back to the good old days and we have 14 of them.
I agree.
I wish I could say that I'm confident that that's in the future, but I'm just not. I hope it does. I really hope that's possible. I hope, the right things fall into place, the right people get into the sport, and, boats move around a little bit. But I'd say the odds are severely against it. I would think it would be much more beneficial for the sport, the show, the organization to adjust to what they have versus preserving some format that they may or may not have in the future.
I agree. I mean, I think you look at it in the respect of, for one, it's spread out over 3 days. Should drop it down to 2 days and then try to jam it. Maybe just Friday, Saturday, and send everybody home Sunday. Like Sunday be a flex day. I know Kyle Blipes and I have talked about this a lot. Like just trying to figure out the format that works to keep the show flowing without having a bunch of extra classes. I mean, and Brent Hall actually texted me the other day asking me opinion of the stream, and it's like you can only do so much with that telecast. You can only do so many interviews and put so many resources to it. Like, yeah, we would love a roaming camera at the pit area, but half the time they're gonna see people sitting on their butts doing nothing because there's so much downtime. I mean, I know we've been to those races with the GP and we're just like waiting around, like, and then I think if you also, like, not to throw it on the HRL, but you look at the other side of that, HRL almost has too much racing. Like it's a 10-4 show.
Yeah.
And it's like people want to go home or people are showing up late. So like there's goods and bads to all of it. But I think Bob's spot on with the attention span thing and like limit it down. And I guess they did that because the Gold Cup wasn't the Gold Cup you had to run like consecutive 52 miles or something like that. So now we keep going down and down and down.
They got to change it. I mean, you can only, if you're trying to sell a product, all right, say you're at a race. What product are you trying to sell? You're trying to keep them engaged and wanting to come back. After day one, these fans are so wore out to want to come back to watch it again that, I mean, you're sitting all day in the sun pretty much watching it, nothing on the water, because you only have 5 boats out there. So you have 2 heats of qualifying that day, and that's it. And then it's over. Like, you got to condense it down to a few hours each day, and that's it. If you have filler classes, then you should have something running every 15 minutes and still be a few hours each day. I mean, Unlimited's GPs, 350s, say you have flat bottoms, that's 4 classes. 4 classes can get done running in 3 hours and no problem. I mean, I know the Unlimiteds have big enough crews to get it done, so they got to do something, man. Now if you were at a live stream aspect, say you're trying to sell the show from the live stream, like Brandon said, there's only so much you can do from the live stream aspect to make it look interesting. But I think they hit that point to where it's like, okay, H1, this is on you now. You guys need to change to make this show more sellable, more interesting, and more engaging to the fans, because right now nothing is engaging. I mean, it's just not.
Yeah, the live streams, and I would say most live streams are kind of the same way. As most live streams are just for us fans, like true fans, family, stuff like that. But I mean, with the downtime, you can't even get new fans. Like you could post a viral clip on Facebook with a link that says, hey, go watch the live stream. They go click on it, there's nothing happening. Well, you just lost that fan. Where at least like HRL, if you do that, they're going to click on it. They're going to be like, oh, wow, there's some racing, might get hooked on it. But that's the part that the live stream had 98% of the focus this year, when I think the focus should be on like getting people to fall in love with the sport, from like the internal things like Nick just said, the family aspect, the friendships, those kind of things that like really draw you to it, make a personalized statement. Then the live stream is just icing on top, right? But you still got to keep it for almost diehard.
That's right.
I mean, the 400, 500
the live stream
diehards.
These days, social media is blowing up. So, we need to get that link out there for people to watch. Like Jimmy Johnson shared the link of the live stream. I feel bad that weekend anyone jumped on that live stream to watch it. It was, it wasn't the live stream's fault.
Probably didn't see nothing.
This is on H1. H1 not putting a good product out there because they want to spread their 5 heats or whatever they run throughout a course of 3 days. That's not working. And then H1 making the decision that I don't know if it's H1. I don't know who it was. So don't hang me on this one. Not wanting to show filler classes, support classes. Like, they did and then they didn't, or they didn't and then they did. Either way, like you need to try to, you're trying to make a brand to get out there. You need to show everything, condense it down, make it look good, whether it's someone in the, for someone in the crowd or someone watching live stream. Because, you know, if you got someone like Tanner Faust there and he's sharing the live stream link, then you're getting these people that could probably be potential sponsors, people that would want to get into something like this, extreme boat racing, because you know he knows people in the racing world all over.
Mhm.
You know, it doesn't look good if these people click on this link and watch, and then they're going to sit there and watch a flag fly on a beach for 5 hours. I mean, it just doesn't look good. H1 needs to step it up. Oh, it was on a boat this
It was
weekend.
on a boat this
Oh
weekend.
man, good thing I didn't watch. I was
they're
out in the
good
woods
there.
hunting. I didn't have any service. But they got to change. H1's got to change. I don't care how good they think they're doing it or stepping up and doing it. They got to do better.
I think they got a bunch of ideas and they don't have any commitment to one specific path. Like, you know, Daryl said it, and I'm not trying to name drop him specifically, but we had him on the podcast and he talked about the interest in filler classes. And I think he acknowledges the fact that even, let's say, even if we get these unlimited guys to be more efficient in their process, because we know it's oversold a little. I'm not going to speak to specifics, but it's definitely oversold. You don't need 2 hours in between heats. You blow a sponson off or something, fine. You need a bunch of time to repair, whatever. But basic maintenance, you don't mess shit up. You don't need 2 hours. But so you have this desire to bring in filler classes, and we've seen action in that. There's been more encouragement for smaller boats to show up to races this year, but then you don't show them on your live stream. I thought that was the whole freaking point. Yes, I get we care about the fans in the seats, and they were suffering too, watching 2 unlimited heats a day for sure. But if you're going to have a live stream, you can't have a shit live stream.
Right. And I could see, like, okay, you don't want to dedicate all your resources to it. So Brad needs a break.
Mm-hmm.
He does GP, he does unlimited.
Absolutely.
Somebody out there would want to announce the 1 liters and whatever else was out there. Just dedicate one camera. Simmer it down for the
whoa! Time out!
So my question is there not breaks, is there not somebody doing live announcing there on the PA system for those classes?
You would think.
I'm not.
If there's not, then one, why?
I'm
and
not
two, if there is,
I'm
just
not
have
putting
that.
down Brad Luce or anything. You only need one guy to do everything. There's only how many heats? Say you have unlimited, so that's 4, 5, whatever. If they split it up, I don't know.
Yeah, John.
82.
John
That's
did 82
thank you. That's what I was bringing up.
Field.
Look how many heats in Valleyfield. I mean, I mean, you only need one person. I mean, it's
Austin will announce.
But the thing is, if you don't have, if you have somebody there doing the PA announcement, I don't care if Brad wants to take a break to not do the limited classes or unlimited classes, like limited classes. That's fine. Have the PA guy. All we need is somebody that is announcing the start and basic information on the water. We don't. The show is the H1. Everybody understands that, and you want to have the full production going for them. But you should at least have some form of production going for the smaller classes if you're going to have them. Otherwise, like, I would literally, maybe I'm alone on this. Bob probably won't agree with this. I would rather stare at a black flag blowing in the wind than a camera angle of a boat race focused in one spot to where you don't see either of the turns. You don't know when the start is. You don't know who's in front. It's like, that's almost a tease. Like,
yeah.
What's the point?
If like I said, I'm not knocking him. But if Brad Luce needs a break, then maybe he should just do the announcing. But when it's the H1 booth, maybe you should have Brent Hall, and then I don't know her name, but Erica. Maybe they should be in the booth sitting there talking. Brad takes a break, and then when he gets racing, Brad Luce goes, and then I don't know. I think. Did we?
We just flip sides. I don't like
your screen, not mine.
Yeah.
He went like this, and I'm like,
I just moved. Yeah, I mean, I think, but like I said, I know those conversations are going to be had about the live stream. Everyone always improves over the winter, but I think you need to really look at the format, like you said, and get out of the usual. And I think that's for all of boat racing. You need to kind of look at it and be like, all right, how do we should do good for the fans? How do we do good for the racers that drive 500 miles to get here every weekend, give them more seat time, this kind of stuff. Like, all of it needs to just kind of break the mold. It is 2025 going on 2026. Like, let's just create something new and create something that is engaging to watch, that you'll sit there for 2 hours. I mean, we all sit there and watch football, soccer, NASCAR, F1.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'll sit there and watch that show. It was on in the background, and I was up, down. I was all over the place.
I think, and we've heard people like Yannick talk about this. The nature of boat racing, the fact that in the HRL case, in the inboard case, I'd say on any weekend you're gonna have at least 3-4 classes, and while it can be rushed through, I don't necessarily think we should just do that for the purpose of presentation. We still want to maximize the number of boats on the water. We still want to maximize the experience that the teams have at the race to keep people in the sport. We don't really have the luxury of a long list of people begging to get in, like Indy or F1 or NASCAR or any of those. We've seen it in the past. I think from a TV perspective or even a live stream perspective, I think that the sport is not necessarily built for live entertainment. Right. It is built for after the fact, and it sucks. But I do think there still is a place for a live stream. At the end of the day, all these teams, all these families of racers and of crew, and I mean, there is a fan base just with direct attachment to racing for a live stream to be relevant. Yes. And I still think the announcing is absolutely mandatory, and the necessity for on-site announcing can be parlayed with live stream. They don't even necessarily have to be their own thing. They can just be connected. We saw that with the Lake of Pac on one this weekend. I mean, Tommy was mostly there announcing to the fans that showed up to watch. I think he's obviously aware of the live stream, but they were just paired together. Obviously Sony's a little tight about their music copyright rules, but lesson learned on that one.
Yeah, but when I was listening to that music, I'm like, yeah, this is going to get taken down. I'll jam it, though. It's good music.
Yeah. Dude, he had that stuff going at like 8:30 in the morning.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Even Uncle G. Uncle G was dancing a little bit, man. He liked the music.
All right.
But I think if from all the things we want to capture, we talk about the sport not just being the on the water racing. We want to encompass all of it. I think that's better done in a show versus a live aired coverage. But I do think there is a place for both. In terms of growing the sport, I think the live stream, unfortunately, with the format of the sport, is maybe not the best way to go. There is always going to be downtime, and over the course of an 8-hour stream, 6 hours, 7, whatever it is, there's an unlimited amount of time to make a first impression, because you never know when a potential new fan is going to click on that link and open up that live stream. It could be right at the end of a deck-to-deck race, and they're like, holy shit, what just happened? It could be right after a heat ended, and there's 20 minutes before the next.
Or it could be in the middle of a flag
You'd never know
for the next 2 hours.
Exactly. And in that case, like, I do think there were things they could have done. I think that was a great time for interviews and all that stuff. But we don't control the weather. That those type of cases are going to come up, and the fan might be coming in to watch racing, and when there's no racing, they might not really give a shit about the interview. It just depends on the fan. But that's why I think the avenues of growing the sport versus broadcasting the sport are not necessarily the same thing. I think there's a couple
things they need to look at. Like Brandon said, break out of the mold. Like, this qualifier, final, blah, blah, blah. You can do something different. That's just what people have been doing for the past 100 years. It doesn't mean you have to do it next year. And then condense it down. You have to cut the time in half, at least in one day. Take a day, cut that time in half, but have the same amount, if not more, racing, because you got to keep the fans engaged. You got to keep sponsors engaged. I mean, a sponsor of the VIP tent has like friends and business people come. Oh, here, we're going to sit here and watch this for 10 hours today. 10 hours. Okay, what are we watching? Well, they're going to come out in about 2 hours to race. So we're going to sit here and have some beers. By the time those boats come out, those sponsors are so shit-faced, they don't remember a damn thing. So anyway, enough of that. How about
we should probably talk about the racing?
How about
that final
Andrew Tate and J. Michael Kelly battling out deck to deck every single lap? It's
incredible. Two guys that fly the boat like crazy.
The driving out of both of those in that final, both of those guys in the final is impressive. Yeah,
They found some speed in J Mike's boat, man. I figured he was going to struggle a little bit on that big course. That boat just seemed to not have the top end. I feel like he performed well on courses where tighter corners, maybe not as long as straightaways, and flying the boat and racecraft really played more of a role. Big course like that, I thought it was going to neutralize some of what makes him so great. Not in that final.
Let's just say, I mean, I'm this is taking a big guess. The 9 was not in there. Was some props or something changed from what the 9 was going to run to the 8?
It had to be all external. There ain't no way they use that motor.
That thing
no, there's no way it was a motor.
That motor was Peabodied.
No, but yeah, they definitely could have. Yeah.
Oh man, that was rough.
But yeah, I think that's the best final we've seen. And I mean that one where Peabody went upside down, that was going to be a dynamite race. So it is kind of funny. The fans are always like complaining about the boat count, but it's kind of like we talk about in GP a lot. Like sometimes less boats is better. You can do a better show. You wind up getting the best boats in the same heat. So
I bet you Andrew was wishing there was a couple less boats in that final, so he didn't hit that wake in the final lap.
Yeah. I haven't seen them. I'm sure Walt's got the onboards up already. I haven't went and looked on H1, but I guarantee you see the Sky and Andrews. Like they never saw it on the live stream, but
the camera flip was like literally right when he got light, I'm guessing. I think both of them did. It was like when it happened. I saw and you didn't really see it.
I saw like one little blip of it, and I'm like, yep, he's 2 foot off, and I think it was still climbing. For Andrew to back out that hard, that thing was high.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I saw a couple boats get light right in that spot, even without rough water throughout the week. And I think that's the normal spot on that course.
Yeah. And I mean, as for driving, like I will say that GP is even different than Unlimited, like the wakes they make. Like when I was trying to get my 130 mile an hour laps, like once other boats came out there and there were just a little bit in front of me, I'm like, whoa, launching off these rollers that really usually don't affect boats, but in those boats,
I think I don't know if I said it. I think I said this to Bipes earlier this week. Maybe it was Bipes, maybe it was Kyle. I don't know. But it's going to be interesting next year when Bruce Ratchford Racing gets the other boat fixed, because Dave made that old shark boat pretty freaking quick for what it is. And,
yeah.
Yeah.
And he was dicey getting lane 1 too.
Yeah, he was up there fighting for lanes, and you didn't see that out of years past out of him. That boat came alive. He made it fast. Well, they made it fast. And it was interesting. Yeah, again, it was interesting.
Again. Because Dave had it fast when he used to drive it.
No, that's Stephen David.
Right? Didn't he used to drive that one?
No,
is that the one that Steve David drove?
It's going to be interesting when they get the other boat fixed and get that back out there, because that one's only going to be faster. So, with that said, we got to get the bucket list racing back out in the water.
Right, and I have heard, I don't know if it's rumor, speculation, but Bruce is talking about running all 3. So he's going to have both boats. He's going to have Sharky running as well, just trying to help the sport.
Awesome.
Yeah. You're going to have Jeff Bernard out for a full season. Hopefully maybe we can get some funding to run the full season. And the U40's got to come back. And you know what would get the U40 come back? And I know there's haters on both sides, but assignments will probably get them back. Because it is hard. In their respect, they're a single boat team that they're may not be planned teaming up, but when you put them 2 boats side by side and the best lane you can get is lane 3, kind of makes it hard. But Jeff seemed to figure it out how to get inside of them. So does Jeff.
I mean,
it is what it is.
There is an argument with the sign lanes that the fastest boat always gets the inside. You have to remember, there is a driver behind the wheel. I'm not calling out Andrew Tate. Any driver behind the wheel can miss a start, can not make the first turn that great, can get light. So many things can happen. I mean, it's not with the sign lanes. Oh, you get first, you get second, you get third. We don't need to race this. It's not like that.
So I think we I think we have that fix that we've talked about if we put on a race and doing the draw thing. I think we take something from the dirt. And obviously the sign lanes works good in HRL because they put the fast boat on the outside twice. Usually it's in the second heat. And if you're fast, you're in on the outside for the third heat. But I think at the beginning of the weekend, you say you have 6 lanes, you have pills either 1, 2 or 1 through 3, and that's your invert. So at the beginning of the weekend, you pull it out and it's like, all right, if you have lane 3, you're going to be in lane 1. That's your invert. So you could try to play the mind games and do the points and get that, but we all know this is racing. That never works out. But that way it doesn't always mean the best boats on the inside. If they want every heat, they might be in lane 3, and that spices it up a little bit. I know we can't get racers to commit to that, but think about the show. Maybe it'll work. I don't know. Try
but,
it.
back to this weekend's racing.
Exactly.
Yep.
Austin,
back
IRC chairman. Do you hear that?
Back to this weekend's racing. It's
at our
Corey
race.
Peabody went over. Thankfully, he's all right. Boat's gonna be repaired, and so it's. I mean, what an emotional weekend for Jim Scheckler being a first-time crew chief. You have one boat flip, and then you have a boat go out and win the final.
Yeah.
But yeah, that final was pretty good. The GP, it sucks to see Grandel go, but it's awesome to see him leave on top, go out there, get that win. So for this weekend, the GOAT award goes to Mike Grandel and Jeff Bernard. They did it. They are the kings of mile and 2/3. San Diego. They own San Diego. So if anyone can ever top that and go faster, we'll see. They set that record there, the GPA record or whatever, course record at San Diego. And so, I mean, it just it sucks seeing Grandel get out of boat racing. I know he says he's still going to be around a little bit. Yeah.
We'll see how long it lasts.
He's gonna since he just
He'll
got
have a
money,
2.5
he's gonna buy the Chasing Tails rental boat. I think that's what he's gonna do.
I drove for him here and there. Brandon drove for him here and there. Bert, Monahan, who else? Doug,
pretty much everybody.
I'm sure Kent has at one point. Gisling, JF Latour. Man,
yeah.
Mike Grandel has a lot of drivers. And with that big payday from selling the boat,
doubt.
I think he needs us to spread some love to his drivers.
Definitely. The ones that got him there.
I don't know.
But
you can't leave to just Lane though, man.
But
he does spend enough.
I gotta say, it was nice having Mike and Julie around all these years. Yeah,
for sure. I thought one thing was special from out there is seeing Karen Cofield out there after Tim's passing this year to see. I mean, Tim did so much for that team over the years, so it was cool that she got to go out there. I'm sure that was emotional for the whole team, and then obviously winning to top it off kind of
that's pretty cool.
Tim's legacy with that team.
So,
and then Richard Racing rounded out second and third in the GPA National Championship.
I was just talking to Brian today, and the weekend he sent me the list of everything that happened. I was like, man, some days you just wish you blew that thing up. That way you just
it makes it
you're sometimes. Switching and you're putting another good one in.
So
but
Brandon says blow it up. He means blow up the engine, not the boat.
Well, I've done both, so
you might not know.
But yeah, and we got to send the shout out to Cool Cat Motorsports. Obviously, they've had their struggles through the year, but they had the boat humming in that final for sure. They won their first heat as a GP team, so it's really cool. It's definitely rewarding after all the hard work. But
I think he was in a good spot in that. Was it the final that he was leading?
That was qualifiers.
That was one of the qualifiers.
One of the qualifiers.
Finally, he hung on pretty well to Jeff's tail. Just hard to win for Mountain Lane 5 or wherever he was. So
especially that boat.
Yeah, they finally.
Bob always struggled with the flightiness of that boat. I don't think a mile and 2/3 course helps at all.
No.
And then a driver that's 40 pounds lighter.
Yeah,
something like that.
At least more, probably 100.
I know they made a lot of changes to that, but that's a big change in a big course.
But
for sure. And
But
then
it ran well.
the
It was cool to
GP5.
see that Bergeron run like it used to
you know,
again.
I hope
Yeah,
someone
definitely.
good buys that boat. Eddie did a good job with that boat. He went through it and looked really good.
It'd be a great boat for either. Obviously, that race showed they took the lead and edges off finally, and that reduces a lot of the air under the boat. That was kind of part of our plan if we kept it. But that boat can run on either coast, so whoever wants to buy it will be a contender on either side. So that's pretty cool, or the whole GPA circuit. Also, good to see the GP5 of the Grants run.
Yeah,
I mean, great to
another good weekend.
Yeah, everybody that's had their struggles with that boat, they just come out and they just keep running. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they just keep finishing. Man.
So yeah, I mean the GP class I think is going to be on the rise. For sure, we'll be talking more about that in future episodes.
Do you know
I'm sure
who won in 1 liter? Was it JMK or Jeff?
I think it was Jeff.
I know.
I think
they both mentioned a bunch of good heats this week, and I didn't get to catch any of the 1 liter ones. I don't know how many of them they even showed.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think any.
No surprise, those two
I'm not 100%
boats
sure.
putting on a duel, though.
Yeah.
It seems like it's every time they're out there together.
Yep. Back to that same motor builder thing. They got same speed, just somebody's got better gear, better prop that heat. But yeah, I think transition to Lake Apacon. Obviously a great event, always is. Bill Pearson and his team there put on an awesome event. They go the extra mile,
site.
like we said with the live stream. I mean, not every race site does that. They've found a production team that's local that sets it up for them. So that's really cool. It was pretty flawless all weekend. It was great hearing John Tomey's voice. I love listening to that guy. Not really, but. But yeah, it was good racing too. I mean, 350s, 2.5s, and what are you putting your hand up? You want to talk, Austin?
No,
blurry man.
It got all blurry.
I thought you
trying
wanted
to wipe
talk
the
for
blur
once.
away.
But
yeah, and I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of highlights this weekend, low lights, but I'd have to say the highlight of the weekend is Kyle getting the Y80 run.
Yeah,
that's something I can't do.
Well, it took him a couple heats to get it going.
just one. I flooded it the first heat. It wouldn't go, and I just kept hitting the primer, and I'm just like, come on, and kept trying, and it just wouldn't go. Second heat, Chris was like, pump it once, then go. Kind of took off, stopped again. It's like, pump it 1.5. Did that, took off, went a little farther, stopped it again. Do it twice. Pumped it twice, a little farther, stopped it again. He's like, just keep pumping it. So I'm gas, ignition, pumping the whole time, and finally it took off. And
they could put that pumper a little bit easier to get to in the cockpit.
Well, dude, I didn't fit the best in that boat, so I had right hand on ignition in the middle, left hand on the pumper, and then in that course, I found out there's a $50,000 algae sensor. Like you hit it and break it, it's $50K directly in front of the pits, in between you and the course. It was sitting there all weekend, and Sandy found out what it was. So the first day, I see it. It looks like something you probably shouldn't run into, but I got no hands on the wheel trying to get this thing going, and I look up and oh shit, got turn. And then the first one where I didn't get started, I got like damn near to the first lane in the middle of turn 1, and then I looked up and I'm like, oh, this is a bad spot.
God,
fortunately, it was just Reed out there that heat, and that boat's pretty bright, so he was able to see me.
Yeah,
but that was fun. Once it got up and going, the goal that weekend was to get Reed his points both heats. That kid's him and Scott have been going all around the country trying to win a points battle this year, and you hate to see them not score points because you couldn't get the boat running, but I was able to get it running in one heat both days, and Nick was able to get his running in both heat one heat both days. So perfect weekend for Reed. We actually got a dead heat in that second heat on Saturday.
Yeah,
so that was fun.
That is cool.
It was weird driving the old cell again. Just feels so much different than the new one. The new one, so upright. I was like, whoa, this feels weird.
Yeah, you can see everything.
Yeah. Well, again, John, I'm not like super tall, but I'm quite a bit taller than John, I feel like. And then, damn, those pedals, man.
That thing can't even be set up right for him. Because, like I said, my knees were
holy shit.
If
you guys want me to keep my foot in the gas, set the pedals up like that thing, because I actually couldn't pull my foot. My legs were so far back and my feet were bent back so far that I couldn't take my foot off the gas anymore.
Yeah. We'll fix that. You finally kept your foot in it. And
For what, a straightaway?
I'm proud. Throttle position,
Thanks.
I finally saw 100%. Just one. All weekend. No. It is pretty consistent. He gave me at
Ain't
least
driving
one
into that
straightaway.
Now
every
we learned something. Now we learned something.
I ain't
We know
driving
which
into that
direction we got to
headwind.
go with the prop.
Yep. Exactly.
So,
For sure.
Gifts, the JS 991 was back out in the water. Did I hear a rumor that Pack was riding?
Yeah, it was awesome to see.
What?
Yeah, he was. That's why Billy was being so damn aggressive. I ain't never seen Billy go for lane 1 at first heat out, parked in lane 1. I'm like,
Pack,
what are you
watch
doing?
this.
Goes fast.
Yeah, Pack's over there grabbing the wheel. Like, I do not start on the outside, bud. I don't. I'm a lane
So
1 guy.
we got to start on this live stream rant now. Lakeland needs to have live stream just for the skiffs. I don't care for any other class. We need it for the skiffs. Because you're going to have the Stewarts, you're going to have Birdsall, you're going to have Clyde McFarland, you're going to have Sam Strickland, you're going to have the Soul Boys. Like, let's go. Let's go. Like, hopefully, hopefully Taylor Barr makes it down there. The only thing to add there is the JS35 and Hardy come back out. Going.
We're going for sure. It might be in Florida. It just might not be racing.
But that would be very I was reading comments. That's going to be spectacular. And I want to watch every second of it. So
well, if nothing else, somebody will live stream.
Someone do it to where they can like zoom in. Like you gotta be like a production. You gotta zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out.
Hey, I figured that out in Mays Landing. After I had the phone pointed the wrong way or something, I had it pointed at me for a while, but I figured out you could zoom in. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. But I have way too much ADHD to sit there and live stream. I'm like, woo.
So
350s
in Lake Apacon, Bobby King just went and put it on him. I didn't even know Bobby King was going.
Yeah.
And he just goes and puts it on them. I mean, he generally does when he shows up. He's no slouch. He's going to hit his start. He's going to beat everyone in the first turn.
Dude, when he got onto the backstretch in the final on Saturday, it looked like two different classes of boats were running.
Yeah,
like he was visibly gapping them like 50 feet at a time. You could see when his boat went 50 feet, he got 30 feet farther ahead of him. I was like, what is going on?
Hell, he ain't even got them sunken in valves.
He ain't running the 400.
Nah, he got regular old 350. Just with fancy skiff.
You guys see Jamie's comments.
Now everybody's got
the new rules.
Yeah, I don't know what new rules he's talking about.
I was thinking maybe that, but
we were gonna go on a rant this episode.
Well, it is only 8:58.
Maybe
it is only 8:58.
Is it the rant I texted about?
Nah, bro.
Yeah. Well,
if you want me at work at 8 tomorrow, we ain't sitting here adding 45 minutes. So we still got to do more.
All right, recap.
So you pick and choose.
So yeah, 350s besides Bobby King. I mean, I feel like it was mixed up, man. You had a lot of different action. It was neat to see them guys fighting for lanes for once. I don't know if it had changed the outcome at all. Maybe actually made different people win. I'm not really sure.
Bring up that Ryan Timmerman.
Tyler missed the 1 minute pin, 45-second pin by 10 seconds.
The boat was wild.
And still got lane 1.
Yeah.
Like they're all just sitting there like, whoa, where's he going?
Yeah, it's like it's so predictable. It's like, do you guys not watch this stuff? Like, have you never seen this before?
It was funny is he pulled the move perfect in the first heat, and then in the second heat he's just like way off his mark.
So Bobby King dominated in the 350. Yep. Notable, the E80, a wooden hull, made the final, and that dude has balls. So this goes to Kyle Johnson.
Man, it was running
for
good.
Lake Apacon. That dude hung it out, made the final, had the boat floating 2 feet off the water like it was a kilo record, and just proved that an old wooden boat can go out there and still do good. So congratulations for them, because it was a tall order.
Yep.
And he wasn't just hanging out on the outside either, dude. In the first heat, I was like, you do what you want to do. Like, he was coming up from 1 minute pin. Everybody was hanging back. It seemed like McKenna just wanted to be on the outside. I was like, lane 3 is yours if you want it.
Yeah.
He just stayed there and came barreling into turn 1, 5 wide with those guys.
That's
I was
awesome.
like, God damn.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And he held his own. And unlike a lot of 350 drivers, because we've seen a lot of them do this shit, he didn't blow the engine up. When he went to pull out of the pits to 1 heat, said by the time he got to the course, the water temp was at like 220 or something.
Wow.
He's like, I'm just going to shut it off. Like, that's
then
smart.
let's see. I think Parks
Yeah.
Jones won in the SE.
Yeah. He won all 4
yeah.
heats, and that's where it's hard. That Governor's Cup, I was wondering how that worked out. I think the tiebreaker is
Most
closest
boats.
to the record. Oh,
Most boats. Most boats in the
Okay,
class.
that makes a little more sense because I'm like, SEs aren't eligible for records, so like, how do you even judge?
Yeah,
that?
I think they
So
just
that's
wanted
cool.
to make it based on competition, and I think that's
True.
fair because you
Yeah,
can go
that's
out
fair.
there, make 3 boat legal start, and then run in clean water all weekend.
Yeah.
You know, Chris had.
If Ky-
I'd
if all-
just
So
like to say
Parks
good
Jones,
competition.
so on
SE,
it.
Chris Benares. and here is
Wild,
Ryan
man.
Yeah,
Timmerman
steering wheel, she
upside
bent.
down. It sure.
Dude, I was sitting there in
that
the
is
cell
just-
strapped
I mean, this
in.
guy got
That's
some
crazy.
shots. Like that one right
He's
there.
getting body slammed.
I was worried
That's-
he was going to be hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, like almost got run over by his
Yeah,
own boat.
that
Kind
was-
of did
there's-
get run
there's-
over by his own
that's
boat.
pretty
There's
close.
one picture that I'm
Still
not
he
seeing.
got one hand on the
There's
wheel
one
right
picture.
there. Now he's got 2.
Where's it at? Go back. Go.
It's like the last one, I think.
The one
Yeah,
right where he
yeah.
gets tossed and he's still got his hands
Yeah,
on the wheel, but the
this one
wheel's
doesn't
not there
have
is
it.
the
But there's
best.
one where he's like this. He's like this. Yeah, it's not
Is
in the
there another
sequence,
one?
but he's like this, and the steering wheel's not in his hand, but he still think he's
He's
holding
midair.
it.
And then you had
Oh my
this
gosh.
crazy dude.
This one was wild.
That
too.
one was wild.
You literally saw in the live stream, like once he flattened it back out, you could like see his body go up, like he just took a deep breath, like
That's wild.
whoa. Wee.
Damn.
Flat bottoms. We ain't getting in one.
Yeah, I don't know.
see any
There's
of the other pictures here on
I'm
the,
not
like,
sure where it is,
background.
but we've seen it.
I'm
One
not
picture.
sure who posted it.
He's
It
like
was-
this, like he's holding
it
the
was
steering
wild,
wheel,
though.
but there's no
Yeah.
steering wheel in his hand. But
That's funny.
thankfully, he's all right. Boat was all right. He was all right, and that's all that matters. All right.
Yeah. Did you hear any, Kyle, while you were there? Did you hear? I know a couple people were confused about the AB final that weren't there. Did the racers seem to like it to get an opportunity to race and compete?
I think so. I think everybody was happy. I mean, no matter what, everybody was getting their 2 heats every day, barring any issues that, not that were their own, but, mechanical issues, stuff like that. I don't know. I think in
the
some
only
ways
thing
it
I
would
say
have.
about it, it's out of order. B should go before A. Like,
Yeah,
A is
yeah,
the main
I
event,
agree.
It should go last.
I agree.
But
I think in this case, like, take the 8 or the 2.5 stock class there this weekend. In that case, like, as much as it's like you could have put 6 out there for a final, you then can't do a 2-boat B final.
right.
So you have to pick and choose. And I think with, quite frankly, the distance that a lot of people traveled, I know there's a lot of Jersey guys, but you brought a lot of the Canadians down. You got quite a bit out of the Midwest and Region 6. I think making sure that everybody gets 2 heats every day was a good idea. It was good for the racing on the water. And, I think the A and B final worked themselves out well. The boats that run competitively at the fastest all end up in the A. Obviously Eddie ended up in the B final on Saturday due to a mechanical failure, $5 switch. But
Yep.
that's just
fault.
the nature of boat racing sometimes.
Yep.
No, I don't.
So
I don't think anybody there had any issues with it. Not that I really heard.
I wasn't there, but obviously I have one beef with these race sites sometimes. We do not need to stay in the water. Like, there's people that like to change things before the final. Like, them cranes were fast. Get them in and out. Staying in does nothing. Like, sure, maybe it saves a couple minutes, but that's just not fair to the racers, in my opinion. Like, maybe if you want to do that, run 2 qualifiers and then a final. And then stay in between 2 qualifiers, pull them for the final, and then do your others. To me, you don't save much time putting all the boats in and just leaving them in there. It would, if it's a race, I'm not in a points race, I'm just going there to test things, I'm not going, because you can't change things in the water except maybe a propeller, but that's my opinion.
I don't love the idea of it. It worked for this weekend. I do know of, just particularly in 2.5, we didn't test quite as much as we wanted to because it wasn't as practical. I believe Eddie and them probably would have liked to test more. Same with the 92. I think the argument from the race side is you're not here to test, you're here to race. But I do think when
But even if you have an issue, like, you're screwed.
Exactly.
Like,
and they did work with people on that. There were a couple times, when Hearns Cowling was parachuting, they allowed him to come out, get that thing, temporarily repaired and then put it back in. And they worked with us on that. They had Tom Hines and Jeremy running the pits, and those guys are rock stars. So they were able to navigate that. But I think particularly with those two guys running the pits, I think you can totally manage pulling everybody out. And it's only a handful of guys that were getting pulled down. Most of them were the flat bottoms that just backed themselves into the water. Other than, like, I think Joe came down from up top, but other than that, I don't know if there was any real need to do the flights and the full.
It's also that fan retention thing, right? If 350s are the biggest class and that's the class you want to see, they're in the beginning of the day, you might go home. Where if you see a dynamite heat and they're like, hey, 10 heats from now, H350 final, end of the day, they're going to stick around.
Why
don't
were
do
the
'em
350? Why weren't the 3?
We really need what I'm going to go. Go ahead. I don't know.
I don't know if there was necessarily any particular reason.
That's right.
Put a schedule together, and I think
skiffs have to go last. I said that just to pick on Bill.
Skiffs didn't go last on Sunday either.
They had another dynamite show at the end.
What happened? I didn't watch.
Thankfully, everybody's okay.
It was
two boats collided.
Yeah, Sewell, the 8, they were losing power and trying to pull off the course, and the 378, they're rookies, so they were coming around on the outside, and I just don't think they saw them. I don't think Sewell and them realized where they were necessarily, and I don't think the 378 saw them recognize that they were trying to pull off fast enough, and they didn't really hit. It was more like a scrape. I mean, it was enough for the one dude that I don't know if they said he was unconscious, but he was a little out of it when they got to him. But in a skiff, you bang your head on the cage or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, thankfully everyone's all right. Obviously wasn't the fireworks from last year, so that's good.
Yeah.
Still ain't
same spot though.
Same spot. Well, you know what I say? I watched all them heats. Ain't nobody got as aggressive as Jimmy did to me. He taught me a lesson learned. Thanks, Jimmy.
Well, all I gotta say is watch the skiff racing in Lakeland. It's bound to be the best you've seen all year.
Yeah, it might be.
Clyde will be on the outside. Finally, he's like, I got an engine together. I'm like, already? You actually have an engine together in 2025? I'm like, usually when you take it apart, it's not together for another 2 years there, bud.
It's a lithium setup.
He's got golf cart batteries in it.
God. Golf cart.
No, I'm excited.
Engine.
Yeah, he's got some tricks up his sleeve, I guess, but the JS991 is going to be no slouch. Sam Strickland's going to come out swinging.
They were wicked.
You got
fast
Birdsall,
weekend, man.
I mean,
Hampton
come on,
will
man.
Be good too.
All right.
You got to watch hyping up Birdsall because you did this before Madison and they did not perform.
Hey, them boys weren't ready for no river racing.
Driver one more weekend.
Lake racers.
One more weekend. If not, me and Brandon are coming out of skiff retirement, and we're going to go get in Birdsall skiff and put it to him. We'll give him one more weekend, then I'm going to start making phone calls. I know I'll call Clyde and be like, Clyde, get me and Brandon in the boat there, bud, and he'll do it. But that skiff is super fast. Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, we did pretty good together back in the day.
Sounds like an awful idea.
Hey, well, obviously, Bill, I don't know why he thought that was a good idea with his beautiful boat. We're out there. We ain't got no clock. Who was it? Somebody gave us one of them Tic Tac watches that had a sweep handle on it. We're like, how the hell does this thing work?
Probably old man Greenlaw or something.
Just gonna wing it.
But I don't know, man. That was Was it Gene?
No, I think it was Gene DeFalco. Actually,
he would have it.
Yeah, it was definitely from back in the day.
Sundial. But yeah, so that's going to be pretty interesting. What penalties killed both recall and Madison? Okay, Adam. Birdsall. Oh, Birdsall. You said recall.
Birdsall and Madison.
Yeah.
Part of the race,
but
though.
Those boys
Part
just
of the
couldn't
race,
handle
though.
a river. I mean, they test in lakes and canals down there. They get up to a river. They're like, what's this?
I ain't throwing shade. I just know that you did a lot of talking about him before, Madison, and Sam was like, I heard all about how Bursaw's going to kick my ass this
I'll tell
weekend,
you,
and they didn't.
Sam.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Sam. Go
She
down,
took
go
that
down
one
to a
personal.
lake. You don't want to see those boys on a lake. It's going to be real good.
Yeah,
I mean, I've always said, man, those Florida boys bring a different pedigree. I mean, not leaving anyone out from Maryland, but
they showed it in Lakeland last year. It'd be interesting to see.
It'll be cool to watch those guys because the 45 is running at the best I think it's ever ran right now. The 991's back, and they were wicked, right? It's not a fully new boat, right? It's repaired from the other one.
Repaired.
Yeah, but
well,
right out of the box, that
pack
thing's wicked
pack
fast
riding.
again. The
That
10's
adds another
the 10.
5 mile an hour right there.
Yeah, right. Sorry, Austin.
Yeah. There's 20 with me.
So, what's up with the 2.5, the Honda record thing? I didn't read the comments in all of our group chat. What's going on with that?
They forgot to put it in the rule book that you can't set records in the Honda this year. However, it was added recently. But APBA does have some rule about it's 30 days from when things are published.
So you can go set a record in Lakeland?
I don't know all the
so
controversy. Well, by the time Lakeland happens, it'll have been 30 days, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Hampton's certified. I don't know if Caesars Creek's certified.
But hey,
Hampton. So maybe I don't know the date that the thing was published. But
the bad part is it comes down to
integrity?
grit or whatever you want to call that. Sportsmanship, integrity. Everybody knew. We said it a lot. You were on IRC calls. I mean, hell, I was on.
Man,
calls.
if you got
just yelling at people,
it's all right.
And that's when they said no records, and it makes sense because now you got people talking about dropping the rev limiter. So if you do that, if a record gets broken this year, like you're screwed. So then we got to freeze the records and everything goes away. So
I'll say right now, whoever wants to try to slow down the Honda, you're an idiot. And I know you're watching. Don't try it. I mean, slow them down for what? Because they're closer to speed than with the 1 liter mods? Okay. Back in the day, before everyone jumped on 2 strokes, the 2.5 stocks were pretty much faster than 1 liter mods, except a couple 1 liter mods.
My question is the intention geared towards helping the guys with the Fords, or is it geared towards justifying a class that has been and continues to fade away?
I think it's
staying.
I think it's to try to get closer to the Fords.
I also
going to make a difference.
If it's at least for that reason, I can entertain the argument. But
with you little lack of footies, we've been turning like 77.
I mean, I think
we'll be all right.
I think
we
these
already
1
set
liter
up
mod
for that.
guys are getting butthurt that these 2.5 stock with the Hondas are right there with them in times and speed.
There's rule proposal number 1. I didn't realize this till Mays Landing that you can be a legal step up in the Y boat if you have an untouched iron head. Why isn't it any 2.5 stock can be a legal Y boat? Let them get points. Instead of get rid of 2.5 stocks running with 2.5 mods. Done. And let them run with Y boats so you can combine them. Class science. I don't know if we're ready to hurt a bunch of feelings and combine the classes totally.
I am.
But let them run together.
Combine 2.5 stocks and 1 liter mods.
I don't think we need to. I think the writing's on the wall.
It's
the writing's on the wall.
It's
going to do it to itself. I mean, it's no different than the Ford argument in itself. The writing is on the wall. It will happen eventually. I think the Ford situation was a little different. We can't get to, oh shit, half the class doesn't have an engine for this season. We had to be ahead of that one. But in the case of the 1 liter, if we get to the point where it's like, oh shit, this year there's only 2 boats that are going to get wet, well, there was only like 6 anyway. And
but the 1 liter mod
you have the class
is
to
so
run
dead
with
throughout the country. I mean, yeah, you got a couple boats traveling everywhere.
But it's the point. The writing's on the wall.
But combine
the point was we don't have to force it. It's going to do it to itself.
Chris Oliver, Bobby Wilson, when they have a boat out in Maryland, but there's no other 1 liter mods out there, you combine the classes, they get to run with 2.5 stocks and have a class.
But the point was you don't have to force the combo to allow that to happen. You can make the step up legal and let the 1 liter fade on its own without having to piss those guys off.
Because then you're still going to have
the
people that
right now.
You're going to have the people that love the Y boat. Like I just look at like Nowick there. Does he love the 2-stroke, or that's just what he has and that's the class he likes, and eventually maybe he'll switch to a Honda. I mean, there are people that just love the 2-stroke thing, so they're going to keep running it, but they're going to need a place to run if they want to run it, because it's going away, and maybe it'll hit a resurgence.
And by doing that, you allow the race sites some power to say, look, we've polled, we've done our surveying, and we are aware of 1 liter mod that is coming this weekend. You're not on the sanction. You're running with 2.5s. It's illegal. You are allowed to run with them legally. If you want to run this weekend, you're going to run with 2.5s, or you don't come.
Right.
Because we're not having a race where you go out by yourself and ask a T-boat to join you.
Yeah, I think you add that into a rule. Like if you have less than X boats, say 3. If you have 3 or less or 4 or less, you have to run with the class that your legal combination is.
Yes.
If you don't make the final, sorry. It is what it is. It's part of the racing.
And that sucks. And like I hate that, but what's the fun in a 1-boat final? What you get to say you got first against the water?
No points.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, and like we're doing now with the whole AB final, if we do have eliminations because you're putting more boats in one class, you're still getting the run. Like at the end of the day, that's all we're doing this shit for. We're not doing it for the plastic trophies. We're having fun racing our boats. We're with our families, our friends. Like,
trophy.
Hey, you do like plastic?
He's like, yeah, it's right here.
We've got another one for you from Mays Landing. Good job.
But yeah, so all right, so rule proposal number 1: 1 liter mods, 1 liter mods, legal step up to 2.5 stocks.
Actually, let's say it the other way around. Just to make them
Y
feel
and
better.
S are legal combination.
Yeah, they're legal combinations.
Don't
call it a
feelings.
step up or a step down.
Don't
There's too much
feelings.
ego involved.
So, and then I guess I went on the rant saying that get them out of 2.5 mods. But if you want to run 2.5 mod too, I guess you get to run as many times as you want. Run as a GNH if you want. I don't care.
And then our next one, we talked about it before. We're going to split the coast, straight down the center. You have your East Coast series. You have your West Coast series. You'll have your East Coast champion, your West Coast champion. And then if I don't know if we want to add this in the same rule proposal or do it in a separate rule proposal and see if one or the other gets picked by the IRC, or if either of them do not both get shot down. But then you have your another one.
Well, we're gonna
another one. You can have your East Coast.
Austin.
You have your East Coast series, your West Coast series, and then you have one designated race for your national champion. You go there, all your eggs are in the basket for one weekend. No ifs or buts about it. If you come out and win on top of the weekend, you become the US 1.
Heck, you can get a ring for that.
Well, what do outboards do? Because that's how outboards do it.
It ultimately comes down to we're too
big of a country. I mean,
to travel crisscross the country. You guys are racing for high points against the guy that you've raced once this year, and that's only because Decatur's in the middle of the country.
Yeah, right now we're quite literally racing.
You're racing against a computer.
His attendance.
You're looking at numbers on a computer. That's what you're racing
much.
against. You're not racing against him. What you can physically do on the water does not physically change what he does on the water. That is not racing.
Right. And then I'd make. And I mean, we don't need to because I think splitting the coast is the best way to do it. But like, you could always have like some type of like award for most of points accumulated. Like, get rid of the 15 days and like still give that guy that traveled and like, hey, if he wanted to run all the East Coast, wanted to run all the West Coast, like he just wanted to race, maybe he gets something. But I just don't think we're in that boat right now as our racing.
Yeah, I think. The reality is the sport already costs enough as it is. We don't need to have the way it works right now. Your ability to win a national championship is contingent on the amount of money you spend.
Yeah, like Sam went
100% contingent. You can't without travel.
West, he went in debt to win high points that year. Like, and it took years, and I mean, it ultimately probably made him step away from the racing because like it takes a while to recover from that.
And we've talked about it. You've brought it up specifically. what it does, it dilutes the value of the championship, and quite frankly, it takes away from race sites' ability to sell a certain show. Like, yes, the boat racing is cool, but I think that's where Unlimited, and this is where I think inboard racing is better than Unlimited. The show inboard is selling is the actual quality of the racing. The show H1 is selling is the speed of the race boats. The people diehard H1 fans, I don't know that they truly give a shit about a triple decker. Sure, they love hearing Jeff Ayler say it, but they would rather see a boat go by them at the fastest speed possible than 4 of them go by 20 mile an hour slower, but side by side by side.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Inboard's totally different. And when you have, in the case of this weekend, the storyline, it's not really a storyline, but if APBA inboard really wanted a national storyline in, let's say, the 2.5 stock class, it would be the battle between the S35, the S92, and the S1. Except the S1's not there. So how?
Right.
What
Tommy was announcing that this weekend. I mean, there you go. Get an announcer's point of view on it. He's talking about the Y boats, and he's like, and they're in a high points battle with people out in Washington.
Yeah,
that makes
that's
sense.
Sweet.
And they're never going to race each other, right?
And then you have to explain how the value in me getting that 1 liter boat started was so that Reed could score points relative to a boat that's not even there. That is literally thousands of miles away.
Right. And then the marketability on top of that. I mean, you cannot sell what we have right now unless you get a national sponsor like Monster Energy, Coke, all those kind of things. But we're not there. We need more regional based sponsors, which more regional base are going to see the value in a 10 race series that's in their demographic. Like out west, say Mercury's Coffee stops up and they're the West Coast Championship Series or something. They're not going to do that for APBA inboard right now. So we're always going to be relative with the national series to the contingency sponsors, the Jessels that give you product, the Summit Racing, stuff like that. That's all we're going to be able to get. Where if you actually nut and bolt it down to a regional area that you can show demographics, you're going to wind up getting bigger sponsors once the show's there. It's still all building.
I think the thing, and we goes back even to the conversation we said earlier, is like each class, each series, each classification, so to speak, inboard versus unlimited stuff, outboard, like everybody has a show. Like I think everything that you need for a show is already there. It's just how do you format it in an engaging way.
Yeah, it's packaging. That's it. And I think people are missing the boat on that, and that's the goal this winter, to try to get that figured out and package it up better.
And it's not gonna be perfect right out of the gate, but the current package has gotten less appealing and created less entertainment, not only from the fan perspective, but even from the racer's perspective, year in and year out.
Yep, 100%.
For the last decade at least.
I agree.
We weren't even really planning on going for APBI points this year. This was supposed to be a cut down schedule this year. We're now going to go to, if all goes to plan, our 41st race in 3 years.
Yep, and that's crazy. 16,000 miles your mom's traveled this year.
Yeah,
16,000 miles.
It's ridiculous. But again, but the fact that the current leader in high points didn't really have those intentions is a problem.
Yeah, 100%.
And sure, it's us that didn't have those intentions, but if anybody wants to debate our commitment, be my guest, because we got the numbers to back it up. But
you also go to an East Coast series that's just East Coast. You get rid of the 15 days thing. Now you make people go to races. They want to compete, go to races. They want to win a championship. They go to races.
Yeah, I think we've, in some ways, we've diluted in volume. I think there's too many races. I'll be the first to say it.
100%.
Probably. I mean, there's too many races, and when there's too many races, you're not going to get the consistent turnout. I think the spread out aspect, even when you get to the East Coast, for example, we're going to drive 10 and a half, 11 hours to Hampton. There's nothing we can do about that. At the end of the day, if you want to compete, you're going to have to travel. Now, the difference is Kyle Davenport won't need to travel to Caesars Creek, Lake Apacon, Hampton, all these places halfway or fully across the country in order to compete. We won't have to travel to Washington. We are the only reason we're even in this position is because they've had such bad luck getting races in out there and not enough boats to finish. At the end of the day, if he would have got all his heats in, they're racing against 3-4 boats. Chances are, points wise, he would have us covered.
Yep. Yeah.
Which means we're not winning strictly based on racing.
You're still going to get the people that want to crisscross the country.
Yeah.
Just for the love of the sport.
Yeah.
Like there's so many people, like we went out there with the T-boats just to try to set a record because Yelm was awesome. And I'd love to do it again. Like that was cool. But and you got JJR or JJW. They'll come out here because they love the sport. They want to race. They compete. Obviously, at 350 class, you want to compete against the fast guys. You got to come out here, kind of deal. But
should be a choice, not a requirement.
Yeah, that's what I think. So that's that one. Hammer down. I got him. All right, Bob. What else? We got anything else?
I think that's it right now. I mean,
I think we got to talk to the insurance company.
We personally have to talk to the insurance company.
That.
We got to get something changed.
Yeah.
I want flip-flops.
I mean,
I did see a comment. I think it was regarding somebody made a post about when they stopped the 2-seater ride program. There was a comment on that initial post with all the reactions wedged in the middle. Of that was, I don't know, can't speak. Like, I don't know if it was a lady, if it was a company, but they were like, we specialize in marine-based insurance. Please contact us.
Let's find it.
Let's go.
Hope that somebody from APBA reached out to them.
Because even
if you did, you guys
let's
failing
find
at
that
your
post.
job.
Let's find that post.
2-seater thing.
Get her contact.
That's
Come on,
Austin's
Mr.
job.
Inboard,
Austin, find
future
that
Inboard
post.
Racing Commission,
Wake
Inboard
up.
Chairman.
Inboard
Find
Chairman.
that post.
Vote for Austin.
Just
When
pencil
you
him
guys
in.
get your ballots for IRC commissioner, going to have a couple people, write him
it.
in. Austin Hayes. AUSTINHAYES. Inboard Chairman. We got his
You're
back.
gonna see me sitting there sleeping at the
That's fine.
banquet.
That's just fine.
That's okay.
You got your
FaceTime
appointees.
on my phone,
That's all that
just like
matters.
That's okay. By the time y'all get to the IRC meeting, y'all just gonna be having a party because we gonna have everything done before we get there because technology is great. And I'm gonna get Anne Marie. She's gonna come back and help us. And the meetings are gonna be like 20 minutes, straight to the point. We ain't messing around. That's what I say. Because we only gonna have about 6-8 people. We ain't gonna have 18. So there's the other thing.
Jamie literally just said,
for that.
"What's the IRC chairman Austin Hayes have to say about it?"
So where were we going?
Where were we going with that? Oh, the 2-seater thing. So I was researching that, like IndyCar with their ride along, NASCARs. They just have they train you kind of like they do at the driving school. Like, here's your equipment, here's how it works, here's how the safety belts work, in case of an accident, in case of fire. Show us so you get out. Why can't we do that on dry land for boats? I understand there's a drowning risk.
Are you thinking?
But just for
are you thinking outside the box?
You easily can do this.
Oh wow! What a concept!
I live in a circle.
What a concept!
Well, I mean, here's my thing. What's to stop them from having a regulator there and throwing them in the water and doing?
I
exactly
guess you're
what we
not
do
allowed
with
to
the
do
dunk
it
test.
in the lakes.
You do your basic rest regulator.
Yeah, that's
what difference does it make? There's more chemicals in the fucking pool than there is in the lake.
I think it's too dark. It's too realistic.
We don't want to
Too
lose
dark.
them.
Oh my god, it's too realistic.
Yeah.
Where did they go?
If they panic.
They're not in there anymore.
I don't know what it is, but they made a rule about a rule about a rule, and I mean that's where we're at.
I think these are issues that need to be pressed. I think, and I get it. It's a unique type of insurance, and it's expensive as hell, and it's necessary.
Well, that's another thing.
If we lose it, we're done. But I do think that it's time to start finding.
That's another thing. The insurance cost has gotten out of hand.
Yeah,
I know with inflation and this and that, but I'm sorry, the way it's jumped up.
Well, Bob, you're preaching a freaking century-old problem, dog. That ain't a boat.
I know.
That's not exclusive to
but
boat racing. That's everything.
Yeah, I was just talking to State Farm today, trying to get my rates down.
I was about to say, go get a quote on new car insurance. Let me know how it looks.
Bad.
Nope.
Go get a quote on new one. It'll be nice for like
Wanna
2
check
months
out
until
mine?
they get you signed up, and then they'll hike your rate a month later, and you'll be like, "What the hell?"
Austin's
Dad's just got hiked
I
again. He had
better
to
look.
call you.
Mine's on auto.
I still drive that G5.
Now I would check it out. Dad just got hiked quite a bit, and he had to call and threaten to leave.
They
for
could
them to
smell
bring it
Austin around him.
back. No, Austin ain't on the insurance anymore. He got booted. He got
That's
booted.
like,
years ago.
Dave's like, look, I'll pay your rent. Because it'll be cheaper for me to pay your rent.
No, dude, he was literally on the no drive list on our insurance. He was
Between
not allowed to
Kyle
drive
and
cars.
Austin,
Oh my gosh,
I think
I'm not
between
legally
Kyle and
allowed to
Austin,
drive
they've
their
destroyed
cars.
like 6
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
cars.
I've done one car. I've done one car.
wanna
Don't
add
tell me
yours?
you have
What?
destroyed more cars than I have. I don't want to hear it.
I think you.
That's it?
combined
I crashed
what
the
we
truck
did.
the one time. That was it. The other crash I got in, I wasn't driving. I was a passenger.
Bobby was with me.
You did back into the Home
Yeah,
Depot,
dude,
right?
we were.
Yeah,
So
it
we
doesn't
were.
count.
We were at.
Driveway, it doesn't count. That asshole was parked in the dead
So me
center
and-
of
me
the
and
driveway.
Brandon-
Who does that?
Me and Brandon, we were
Right on the center
from
line.
Daytona. We're
What
headed to
douche.
school one morning, and Brandon's at a red light. All of a sudden, boom! I look at him, and I turn around. I'm like, he's like, "What the fuck was that?" I'm like, I think a bike just hit you. We go out there.
And this dude just popped up, like stood up. We're like,
Did he go over the front?
no, he
It
just
was
fell
the dude
over.
on- yeah.
Like, he hit it,
Was that
fell
the
over.
same dude that hit your truck parked out front of the house?
No, it was great though because he paid for the other repair. I got cash for the other one. We're like up in the apartment, and we hear this freaking
Boom!
motorcycle go wide open. And
I
then
wouldn't say.
nothing.
Hey, don't
This
don't
dude
say.
just laid it down
Don't
and hit
say
my
who
truck.
was at the
Hit a parked truck.
apartment at that time.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, them
there's
Canadians
some
got-
Canadian
got
girls
killed
in the
that
apartment,
day.
and then all of a sudden we hear boom. Brandon's like, "What was that?" I'm like, "I think your truck just got hit." Joking around, right? I was
Yeah, some
joking
dude just
around,
shows
and then
up
all
at
of a
our
sudden,
door.
Brandon, why the dude's like, "I just hit your truck."
Buddy, we're in a neighborhood. Like,
my
how does that
throttle,
happen?
my throttle's stuck wide open.
I said, where you go to school? He said, Wyotech. I said, yeah, they ain't teaching us. to
Dude
do
was
it over
working
there,
on
are
his
they?"
own bike and his throttle got stuck. Oh man. Anyway, so
Oh,
yeah,
good
I think that's
times.
enough rants on rule proposals.
Yeah, we really need I need to reach out to the Hops and see if they'll hook us up with Old Trapper because we need a What's Your Beef segment by Old Trapper.
That would
like,
be good.
The show is set up for it.
What's your
That would
beef?
be good.
Angry Yeti.
We should get Mr. Miyagi
Oh,
on
shit,
one
that's
episode.
wrong.
It's like the best nickname in boat racing. Man.
Dog.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Old
I just sent
Trapper.
out some invites today. Old
Oh,
Trapper,
there we go.
there we go.
It's set up for it.
It is good beef jerky.
I just killed a whole
Bobby be
bag.
like, what's your beef?
Yeah, that's my problem. I just ate a whole bag.
We'd be remiss in this Chase and Tails episode if we didn't talk about the passing of a couple great ones. Ron Snyder just passed away, former Miss Madison driver. Done a lot for the sport outside of that, especially in inboard hydroplane racing. So sad to see him pass. And then Gordy Gilmer also passed away this week. So definitely our thoughts and prayers are with their families. And as time tells, we soon to have friends leave us here in this sport, but our friends are like family. So it definitely hurts when they do.
Yeah.
I love awkward silence.
I wasn't
We
going to
do
be the
moment
one
of
to start
silence.
talking
We do.
after.
We do moment of silence, and we didn't even plan it.
I was looking at Elijah's comment. Old Trapper's the best. Argue with a wall.
No.
Yeah, I bet.
No,
he does
my
that a lot.
favorite beef
Probably.
jerky to date is Wild Bill's. Wild Bill's is so
Yep.
freaking good.
Best of the best. It's like a
I've
local
seen it
out
once
here
in Michigan at a
brand,
gas
but, like,
station.
it is
That's
good.
it. Once. And I always look for it, can never find it, and that is the best
Yeah.
beef jerky.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
That-
shit.
That really helped our Old Trapper.
We can
segment.
still do it.
Yeah. Friggin' count. Dude,
I guess we'll
dude's
go
out
for
here
Wild
doing counter,
Bills.
You want Old
dude's doing
Trapper
counter
segment?
advertising.
Or you want some Wild
It could be
Bill?
Wild Bills. What's your beef? It could be chopsticks. It could be whatever. It's just got to be beef.
All right, boys.
But yeah, I guess
Let's Trojan it.
we're wrapping her up.
Time to go. I'm tired.
Yep. Austin? No, Austin's out tonight. All right, folks. That was episode 63 of Chasing Tails. It was great to talk to Nick Rousse. Excited for him to come back into the Hydroplane Racing League circuit next year. He'll be a force to reckon with. And then obviously we recapped some races. We went on a few rants. We got a lot more rants coming this winter, I'm sure. And we'll get fired up, and
Later.
we'll talk to you next week. Have a good one.
Damn it.